Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is wonderful. It looks like it's supposed to be a beautiful day here today. Haven't actually been outside to confirm that, but it is what it is. Today, I want to tell you a little bit about myself, which seems to be the thing I do the most here, right? But I think because I haven't been doing a whole lot lately, meaning this test studying and just recovering from that means I don't have a lot of things to talk about. I haven't been playing games or watching movies or doing anything like that. So let me tell you something about me, and relates to something that happened last night. Here on this thing that I've been doing now for 6, 7 years, while I feel like I am not playing a character, this is who I am. I come down here every day and I attempt to be genuine as I can be, and as candid as I can be on this thing that we do together. I'm generally an open book in person. That is true. Here, I censor some stuff. It's not for me to tell you M's side of things, or my kid's side of things, or my family's side. Those are their things, and I'm just leave that off, right? But I can tell you about me. And what the reality is, this 10 minutes that I spend down here every day talking is probably the most talking that I do all day when I'm not in a social setting. I don't talk a lot. I don't have a lot of thoughts. I don't have a lot to say. Funny, so many episodes of this show are me being critical or me reviewing things. I don't do that a whole lot in real life. I just exist and I take in the world. And I'm a fairly quiet person, meaning that I internalize way more than I externalize. And sometimes that causes tension between Em and I. Em wishes that I talked to her more about whatever. Like, I understand where she's coming from. Like, not necessarily, we don't have to have huge topical conversations, that dive into relationships, or just to talk, just about what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, gonna do this, gonna do that, whatever. And I've been trying to kind of, I guess, narrate my way through the world when she's around so that she gets a better concept of what's going on in my head. But the funny thing is, there's very rarely anything going on in my head. Or the things that are going on in my head, like we've talked about over this note-taking thing, I don't want to say it out loud yet, because when I do that, it's gone. Like the thought. So there are things in my head, nothing important is the fun part of this. There's things in my head like the framework that I'm currently building. I have thoughts up here, stewing about that. I haven't put them in the journal yet, haven't told Em about them, they're just there. That sort of stuff. Story ideas. I have lots of those brewing in here. Haven't told anybody, haven't written them down. So there's that kind of stuff, but there's very rarely anything sort of very rarely do I have thoughts of importance. Meaning that I'm a very lackadaisical guy. I don't enjoy eating, so I don't think about food. When we talk about going out to eat, I don't care. It could literally be anywhere, so I don't have thoughts about that. I don't really enjoy watching non-educational programming, so I don't think about that. I don't watch a lot of that stuff. Side note, we did watch the first season of Big Little Lies recently, and I enjoyed myself. Very interesting show. That aside, I don't talk a lot. I really don't. And so last night, we talked a little bit the night before. She asked me can we have a little talk about, that was kind of a more important talk. And then last night we were at the final track meet of the year. That's just the county championships. Which, by the way, my kids' relay 4x400 relay team came in first. They got a medal, all that sort of stuff. And so between events, there was a couple of hour break between two events that we were running in. Em and I went to the car just to kind of get out of the cold and whatever. So we go down there, and there's this couple, and the dude just rambled on and on about just inane stuff for like 3-4 straight minutes, just and the woman, and it was like, yeah, kind of probably the way any of us would have taken that amount of communication. And he got in the car, and Em looks at me, and she goes, there are times that I wish that you would talk to me more, but that is too much. Anyways, like, I'm with you. Like, I don't, man, I've been around people like that, and I enjoy their energy, especially if what they're talking about is mutual, like board games or woodworking. I enjoy that energy, and I will feed off of it. And if I'm in a social setting, I tend to be a butterfly. I tend to approach people and talk to them and ask questions and that sort of stuff. But in everyday life, I don't. I just kind of exist, and I go about my day. And it leads to a fault sometimes. Sometimes I withhold information, not necessarily intentionally. I'm not like trying to be sneaky or whatever, but I'll not tell him things about what's going on with my kids or their mom, or what our status is for the evening. Like, we have this or this or this to do, and she's not aware of it, and that's a problem. And I've been trying to work pretty hard on that. So we give check-in reports every now and then. She's like, so what's the plan? What's this? And that's a side of me I don't think you get to see through this camera, but I am working towards being more communicative, because I realize that's a vital part of relationships, and that's a vital part of why my previous relationship failed. I think neither of us were good communicators. There you go. A little extra something about me. Are you a talky person? Are you the person that everybody listens to? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is maleficence. It is a noun meaning to act in a way that deliberately causes harm, behavior driven by evil intentions. Our upstairs maid's various acts of maleficence finally caused her to be released from our family's employment. Maleficence. Maleficence. I like that they have an upstairs maid, and there's a down, like, you gotta have a maid for every floor, right? And that's super important.